Milan Fintech Summit 2023 here in Milan from Allianz MiCo. 2 days of working to talk about the future of fintech industry. In this moment, we are together with Iacopo De Francisco, who is General Manager and CEO at CF Plus. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you to you. Thank you.
So, Iacopo, today we want to better understand what does it mean to be a challenger bank in a fintech industry which is evolving more and more constantly. So, what does it mean for you to be?
Yeah, our bank, Banca CF Plus, is a specialty finance player. So we do only financing to SMEs in Italy. From the target segment is a segment that encompasses more than 3 million of clients in Italy. And we do midterm financing, we do factoring, and we buy tax credit. Very specialized, no transaction, no products for households and private individuals, only financing to SMEs. And what is relevant is that we do our origination channels are brokers, agents, partnership, and now digital lending with the acquisition that we did of Credimi, which is one of the most successful digital lender in Europe in the last years.
And according to you, why digital lending is so important in this moment to point on it so much also as a challenger bank?
Now, the reason is simple. If you look at the data, so the amount of loans given by the traditional banking system to SMEs in Italy, we see starting from 2010 a structural reduction.
Okay.
So digital lending is an alternative present today to match the need of financing from SMEs. This is the first element. So traditional banks, branch-based, are not giving money. Second element, if you ask to the owner, the founder, the entrepreneur, the financial director of an SME, what is relevant to him when they decide in terms of what is their next financing, what they answer is pricing, competence, and you need to be fast. If you consider that the average branch, the average commercial banks grants money, disburse money to an SME in a period from 3 months to 6 months, and digital lender propose a financing and disburse financing in less than 30 days, you can understand that is a very important buying factor. Yeah. So there is a behavior that is going toward accepting digital offer, and there is a need. Traditional banks are not financing as required SMEs in Italy today.
But for example, in Italy, we have also a lot of startups, and also there in Milan Fintech Summit Expo area, there are a lot of startups. So when you come to consider the financing of a startup, what are the right characteristics that you need to have in order to give them money or funds?
Yeah, you're right. So the startup is a particular animal in the sense that when we look at SMEs, established SMEs, so with 10 years, 5 years, 20 years of history, we have data, we have balance sheets, financial statements, we have PSD2. So we have many sources of information that can provide us a better data set to evaluate the credit worthiness. Startup is a different animal. So our assessment of startup is based on business plan. So there are some specific products that we have in terms of financing to startups. By the way, there is also a state guarantee provided by MCC, Medio Credito Centrale, on financing, let's say, startups. We leverage on that. But I mean, when we deal with financing startups, we look at business plan, we look at the business idea, we look at the entrepreneurs. And most of the times, on top of whatever the state guarantee, we try to understand whether there is an availability of the owner, of the founder to put money in the company together with us. So we cannot be a junior investor in a startup. We need to be a senior investor, and entrepreneur needs to put money as we are doing.
And is that according to the next steps in order to make growing the digital lending solutions, tools, and also to help companies and startups to grow in the Italian market, what are the main solutions according to you, the main products, and what are the right characteristics of a good product to help a company to do that?
Yeah. So let me talk, therefore, answering your question to what is our product now. So we will be we bought Credim in July. We are testing. We have integrated the operations. So starting from January, we will launch our first pure digital lending products. That will be a midterm financing, 5 years. Maximum amount request will be around 500K. Time to response. Are we giving you money or not? In 3 days. Time to disbursement, 30 days. So that will be the main features. Our next product will be on factoring. Okay. So we are starting with a midterm financing with very fast, let's say, response times, disbursement times. And then we will move to factoring.
So this could be a good help, a really good help also in terms of bureaucracy, because, for example, in Italy, we have a lot of bureaucracy that not always help the process of growing for a company. So under this point of view, according to you, how the institution or governments in this moment where we have an economic crisis, inflation, recession, could help the situation for companies, according to you?
Let me say that starting from 2020, I think that the Italian governments have given a lot of support to SMEs financing. These state guaranteed schemes that have been introduced have been instrumental to help banks providing money to these players. So I would say, let's keep this guarantee scheme in place. On the other side, I would say in terms of reducing bureaucracy, reducing the burden on the entrepreneur to getting a financing, a bank, and especially this is our approach, should not ask to the company what the bank can find on the market. Why I'm asking you your financial statement if your financial statement can be found in a public available repository? Why I'm asking you that other information where I can find those information on the docs?
Give me docs.
So give me the docs, give me another docs. I mean, I can find it. I'm not asking you those questions, right? Those documents.
Okay, thank you for your advice,
Thank you very
for
much.
your tips, and for being with us.
Thank you.